Coach, did you come out of last night's game unscathed, and are you anticipating any lineup changes for tomorrow?
Pyatt's going to be ready to go. We might wait. We might wait and keep the same lineup. We'll see. But I think right now the guys that have been in the lineup are the guys that have been in the last two games. So the last game against Boston and yesterday, and everybody's doing a good job. So it's hard to take guys out.
I was going to say, as valuable as you consider Tom Pyatt to be and how well he played all season long, it is tough for a coach to make a change to a winning lineup. Yeah,
it's not about winning. I think it's the fact that for me, winning, losing, I don't really care. We just individually which guys deserve to stay in and which guys could deserve a night off, or maybe we need something specific. But right now, it's the fact that everybody's done a very good job the last two games. I don't see the urgency to mess with that.
Can you just go back to your comments last night about Erik? You said he came in as a skill player, then he became a star, now he's a winner. That progression from star to winner, is that something you've seen often over the course of your career as a coach?
You know, I'm lucky to be here now to see it happen, so in that sense I'm very privileged. You know, I think I had Crosby and Junior 2 years, so I think I saw their coming of somebody great for sure, and I was able to, you know, see Stamkos also go from a young guy to somebody that was taking on a bigger role at that time. So, you know, every person's different. Everybody's got their own path and their own, I guess, oh, yeah, my wife calling? No? All right. Yeah, I think everybody's got their own path and their own speed and circumstances they have to deal with and how they grow. And I'm just very privileged to be here now, noticed and seeing how he's done it and what he's become. And obviously I wasn't there for the previous years, so he's done a lot of work before I got here, and he's done a lot of work this year, and he is where he is now because he deserves it.
Speaking of Erik, do you ever, I know you get almost desensitized to it after seeing it on a nightly basis, but do you ever get surprised by his creativity on the ice, and have you ever tried to stifle it at all or try to contain it?
I don't think so. I mean, it was the opposite when we talked this summer. It was all about molding the team around his strengths. You know, so he's a big transition guy, so we wanted to make sure our systems were based on transition. He's a great gap guy defensively with terrific stick, and I based my systems around that. And so everything that I wanted, all his strengths to lead in what we wanted to do. So I didn't come in and go, okay, this is what we're doing because I'm coming in and I'm the boss, and that's not. I've never do that. So I always tried to mold what we do with the players that we've got, and obviously he's the core, and so I think what we've done as a team is just emphasize his strengths and obviously even defensively, his strengths defensively. At the beginning of the year, people were, oh, he's not good defensively. I never thought that. He just, I think we're a great gapping team. All our systems are based on hard, tight gapping. Our forecheck is very aggressive in the offensive zone, and our step-ups in a neutral zone depend on that kind of a gap, and that's what he's great at. And I think that the rest after that is all about transitioning, and he's amazing at that. So I think that he's made our team blossom. But yeah, our systems were based around his strengths.
Coach, were chances for and against higher than expected last night?
I'll be honest, with them, you know they're going to get chances. You know they're going to get breakaways, and you don't want to give them breakaways, but let's not kid ourselves here. I mean, they got a guy like Grabner. It doesn't matter what you put in front of him. At some point, he's going to be alone against your goalie. And it's not because you guys are not there. It's just he's so fast, and they've got quite a few of those guys. So I'm expecting them to get things on the rush, or when the minute they get some free space. It's hard to stop those guys, so we're expecting. I don't think we're going to keep these guys under 20 shots. So in that respect, I think we got what we thought was going to happen. They got over 30 shots. Did we get more shots than we expected to get? Yeah, but that was our plan. As we know, we can't beat this guy with 20 shots. We can't even beat him with 30 shots. So we're going to need 40 shots and above. And even with over 40 shots and so many high-end scoring chances, we only got 2 in. So that's how it's going to be, and we know that's how it was the first series. So we know exactly that it's going to be the same in the next game, and probably they're going to come in and play their best game, and with a major pushback. So we should expect them to be at their very best.
It was just shy of 29 minutes last night that Erik ended up playing. Is there, in your mind, too much for him, or is he almost limitless?
It depends on the game. You know, we've had games where we came down to 22 minutes, and we've had games where we had to go up to almost 40. So, I mean, if you look at all the top defensemen, that's what happens to them. I remember Stanley Cup playoffs, and they kept saying, Chara can't play all these minutes. Chara can't play all these minutes. He played 41 minutes one game against us in Tampa, and they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals and won, and he wasn't drained. So, you know, you got to manage the minutes, and the minutes are all not the same depending on the game. Sometimes the minutes they're the same minutes, but they're easier minutes, and sometimes there's less minutes, but they're harder minutes. So it's not just about looking at the minutes; it's about looking at what types of minutes and making sure that we balance that so that he has enough juice to last. But we've done that all year, so. I think in that respect, that's why he's got a lot of juice now, because I think Mark Crawford did a terrific job of managing those minutes during the year.
Guy, hier soir après le match, tu as dit que votre équipe a joué avec la peur de se faire balayer en 4 matchs, mais de jouer 60 minutes avec eux puis d'être nez à nez pendant 60 minutes, est-ce que ça va donner un peu de confiance à ton groupe?
Ben, écoute, est-ce qu'on n'a pas confiance en nous? Non. Je veux dire, regarde, on a joué cette année 3 fois, puis on a gagné 2 sur 3. Là, fait qu'on est capable de jouer avec eux autres, mais on sait très bien qu'avec l'expérience qu'ils ont en série, avec un alignement complet, avec la vitesse qu'ils ont, avec le gardien qui arrête tout, je pense qu'en ce moment, c'est pas seulement une question de confiance. La seule chance qu'on a, c'est d'avoir de la constance. Puis ce que j'ai aimé de notre match en 60 minutes, c'est qu'on a eu 60 minutes de constance de ce qu'on essayait de faire. Puis on a juste gagné 2-1 après avoir eu 43 lancés au filet. Fait que, ça va prendre beaucoup pour battre cette équipe-là.
Mais si je pose cette question-là un peu différemment, dans le sens, est-ce que l'effort constant puis cette partie-là devrait peut-être changer la perception de certaines personnes qui ne vous ont pas donné une chance, là, des observateurs dont vous parlez depuis une couple de jours?
Je vais être franc, la perception, je m'en fous complètement. Moi, je me pose jamais de questions sur ce que le monde pense. J'ai jamais pris de décision sur ce que le monde pense. J'ai jamais coaché mon équipe avec ce que le monde pense. Nous autres, on n'a rien changé depuis la première journée du camp d'entraînement sur notre approche. Puis les gens vont commencer à nous parler de gagner une série. Je veux rien savoir. C'est les 10 prochaines minutes du prochain match. That's it. That's all.
Coach, we always talk about how players improve and mature with time. How do you feel you've developed as a coach, and your previous experience with Tampa has helped you now, this postseason?
You know what, I don't think it's about me. It's about our players. They're the ones right now that are, and all year, they're the ones who deserve the credit for how they've developed and how they've stuck together and how they created a soul inside that group. And so I don't think in that regard that I'm the one that comes in and makes a difference. I think we've got a good group of guys that have done great because nobody cares who gets the credit. I know everybody wants to give people credit because I know that's the fun part of the game, and we raise heroes and we do all kinds of stuff to make it interesting. But in the end, for us, the thing that's been outstanding is that nobody cares who gets the credit in that room, and that's the beauty of our group. So I certainly wouldn't want to look at it as I've brought something that I'm better or worse or whatever than I was before as a coach. I just think over the years, every day I've tried to learn something, whether it's in the NHL in Tampa or whether it was in Switzerland, whether it was here every day. I've been lucky in my career to have encountered terrific hockey people that have helped me along the way. So hopefully I'm better now than I was 4 years ago.